I'm Andrew.
I'm Melissa.
This is 12 Days of Vlogmas. Now on to the video.
Cheers.
This is Braggin's Adventures. Hey everybody, it's Andrew and Alyssa from Braggin's Adventures, and today we want to compare sourdough chowder bread bowl things in San Francisco, specifically two locations. First up, we're going to talk about the Boudin Bakery. Alyssa, did you have any off the cuff thoughts about this place?
I mean, this is obviously the more popular, the more touristy sourdough bread that you're going to find in San Francisco. As you can tell, the place is packed. There's different lines for where you want to just order bread or order other foods. But packed place. But the smell in here was just amazing.
On the packed place note, they have a 2-story indoor dining area complete with a bar. And we chose to eat outside, though, because it was too crowded indoors. Thankfully, though, we found that shaded spot outside.
Yeah. You can see here, this guy literally just makes the bowls from hand. He just tears off the top/middle part, and this is what it looks like. As you can tell, it's nice and thick. They do not skimp on the amount of chowder that they put in here. It was definitely hot, but you can tell, look how thick that chowder is.
Super thick. It was a good chowder, I thought.
Yeah, you'll see me take several attempts to make sure I didn't burn my taste buds.
Yeah,
here.
It was hot. Definitely hot.
But honestly, this chowder was really, really good. There was actually chunks of clam in it. Like I mentioned before, it was nice and thick. What were your thoughts on it?
So I like the chowder. I thought it was like the right amount of everything, but the sourdough bread bowl, like, can we talk about that for a second? That was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I believe I said that it has ruined me for bread bowls in the future.
You did say that.
It was so good. It was fresh. It was honestly one of the best bread bowls I've ever had.
All right, looking at our rankings, Alyssa is going to give this 5 out of 5 for bread, 4 out of 5 for chowder, 3.5 out of 5 for value. And then I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 for bread, a 4 out of 5 for chowder, and a 3 out of 5 for value. We'll see how that stacks up. For now, though, we're going to run over to Chowder's at Pier 39. Alyssa, we did this after our cruise.
Yes.
And fairly early in the day. I feel like it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock when we actually did this, yeah?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts?
You know, if I didn't have the Boudin's chowder bowl, the bowl might have been fine. I mean, the place was definitely smaller. It was quick and easy. We literally walked up.
Yeah, we ordered and it was brought right away.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, there's not a whole lot of people in here. Not to say that's a good or a bad thing, but you can tell that this was cheaper than the Boudin's bread bowl.
Man, that looks good. I missed that one.
Yeah, you can see it looks really good. It wasn't as piping hot as...
The chowder, though, was saltier than Boudin's.
Yes.
It was kind of like a salty chowder.
And it wasn't as thick. I mean, it was
thick.
It
but
wasn't
not as
runny,
thick.
but it wasn't as thick as that one.
What'd you think about the bread?
The bread was kind of disappointing.
Not Boudin's.
It wasn't Boudin's. It honestly, it kind of tastes, I don't want to say stale, but it was, I don't know, the taste just wasn't there for me.
Stale's a good word, though. It could have been sitting there like overnight or something. Like Boudin was fresh baking constantly. This is probably brought in from another bakery, and then it sits on their shelves warming or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the worst. Like, would I come here again and order this? Yeah,
I
of
would.
course.
Absolutely.
But if I'm going to have to choose between this and Boudin's, I'm probably going to head over to Boudin's.
So you're predicting your scale.
I think I am.
All right, guys, so let's talk about these rankings. Alyssa gave the bread a 3 out of 5, the chowder a 3.5 out of 5, and the value a 4 out of 5. I gave the bread a 4 out of 5, a 3.5 out of 5 on the chowder, and a 4.5 out of 5. Before we finalize the rankings, we want to go to an honorable mention. Alyssa, do you remember the Pinecrest Diner in Union Square?
Oh my goodness, that diner was so good.
So good. The sourdough was custom made for them there.
Yeah, they had 2 different types of sourdough bread, one for breakfast and one for their bread bowls, right?
Right, but we tried the one for breakfast, so it doesn't really qualify for this ranking. I just felt like we should mention it.
Honestly, this was the best sourdough bread I have ever tasted in my life.
So yummy. You guys have to check out Pinecrest Diner. We'll link in the description below. And now I think it's time to look at our final numbers. First, we'll give you a recap of how we ranked them to start with. Those are our numbers. Alyssa on the right, I'm on the left. But let's take the averages and look at those. Alyssa, you ranked Boudin higher with 4.16 versus Chowder's 3.5. I ranked Chowder's higher with a 4.33 versus Boudin's 4. How do you feel about those numbers?
I mean, I'm a little surprised.
It was the value.
Right.
It was a cheaper bowl. Pretty good rankings. We should try more in the future.
Let's do it.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next adventure. Hey everybody, Andrew from Braggins Adventures, and I wanted to take a quick moment to remind you to make sure you click subscribe and ring that notification bell. Why? Because we're giving out a $50 gift card to one lucky subscriber for Amazon.com. Now, to make this contest happen, we have to hit 400 subscribers by January 5th. So make sure you tell your friends to come on over and click that subscribe button.